hope you're having a fantastic day as usual. Can I just take a minute and just enjoy this moment for a second, because my channel is back and I couldn't be more excited. When I tell you that, I'm not even exaggerating. This, aside from my family, this means so much to me, this community in general. So when my YouTube channel was hacked, it was devastating to me. Like, it all happened so fast. Everything was just like it felt like a part of me was just being taken away. And so I wanted to film this video today. I wanted to tell the story of what happened. I want to tell you how I got it resolved. And then I have 5 tips that were actually provided to me from YouTube that might help you guys and prevent this from happening to someone else. So if that sounds like something you guys would be interested in, then make sure to stick around and let's get right into the video. Okay guys, so as I stated, the way I thought I would do this is first I would tell the story, and throughout my story I will tell you how I got the situation resolved, and then at the end I will handle some tips. Let's rewind back to August 17th. I remember it was a Tuesday because I had to go into the office, and as you guys know, I have been working from home, so I don't have to go into the office very often. However, I do have to go in for important meetings and I can't bring my cell phone in. And I remember I was sitting in the parking lot about to go in for my meeting, and all of a sudden I got an email alert saying that my password had been changed. And at first I didn't really think much of it, because you know how a lot of times you get spam emails, and I just wasn't really thinking. And then immediately I got a follow-up email that said my 2-factor authentication had been turned on. And in case you guys aren't aware what that is, it's basically if you try to log into an account, you can set up a 2-factor authentication, whether it be like a cell phone that you have a text message to, and then they'll text you a number and you take that number and you enter it in order to get into the account. And it said that that had been turned on. So then I was like, oh my God, I'm like kind of panicking, not knowing what was going on. And I tried to really quickly get into my Google account, and it said I couldn't get in. So at this point it's like 9:25 and I'm like, oh my gosh, what do I do? I have to go into work. So I put my phone down. I couldn't bring it in the office. I went into work. Meanwhile, I'm in the office during my meeting. I'm not even focused on what they're talking about. I'm just thinking, that is so weird. You know, what was going on? Like, what's happening? So as soon as my meeting was done, I came back and I came back to my car and I tried to log into Google again, to my Google, and I still couldn't. So then I said, okay, well, my Google account is linked to my YouTube, so let me try to go to my YouTube. And I tried to log into my YouTube and I couldn't log on either. Then all of a sudden I get an email notification that my channel is going live and I was posting a video, and I'm like, what that? And this was just, there was like so much going on in my head. Like, okay, my email, what's going on? Like, I just couldn't like figure out at the moment what was going on, because I didn't really know, or I didn't really think about that like YouTube channels could get hacked. It just wasn't like on the forefront of my mind. So anyway, then this live video starts playing and I watched a snippet of it. It basically was about Bitcoin, and I'm like, oh my gosh, holy moly, what is going on? And I couldn't log into my YouTube, so I just went to YouTube in general without logging in, and I searched my name, and all of a sudden I went to my videos and all of my videos had been deleted with the exception of this live video that was playing. I think it was about Bitcoin, and I'm just like, oh my God, what is going on? I immediately like called my husband, and you guys, I'm not gonna lie, I was an absolute wreck. I was crying because a lot of people might not understand. Well, I guess a lot of YouTubers out there would, but a lot of other people might think, oh, YouTube, that's just silly. But you know, YouTubers put so much passion and time and energy into filming videos, editing, doing thumbnails, and just getting to know the community. It takes so much time. So when something like this is just all of a sudden taken away from you, it's just, you know, I didn't really know how to handle my emotions, because again, I have a full-time job, but this was like my side gig. So it was just like a devastating blow. And I called my husband. He's like, Amber, we'll figure it out when you get home. He's like, you know, I'll try to work behind the scenes too. And he was trying to log on. He was like, give me, you know, tell me your password, all types of thing. And he couldn't do it. So I am then like panicked. Okay. So I get home, he is trying to figure out like, you know, is there like a help desk number? And we're like Googling it and we're like trying to figure it out, and we can't find a phone number, we can't find anything, and I'm just like panicked. I'm like, Dave, I don't know what to do. This channel means so much to me, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, again, meanwhile, I'm still at work. I'm working from home, trying to do my work because I was like really busy, and I'm trying to figure this out. Literally like years of work just taken away. And not only the videos, but like my personal vlog videos. We went on the Disney cruise, and when my daughter was little, we go to the Outer Banks. Just like so many videos, I was using YouTube as my repository for it. So then all of a sudden I get an email stating that the video that I posted, the live video that I posted was inappropriate and YouTube would be taking it down. So they took it down, and then I got an email saying that my channel had been banned and my channel was removed. So all this happened within a matter of hours. You guys, I was an absolute wreck and I didn't know what to do. So I spent the day just like trying to think, you know, what should I do? I had all of you messaging me. You're like, Amber, what happened to your account? You know, did you post this? And you know, I'm like, no, I didn't post it. And so I thought the best thing to do was to go live. So I went ahead and I put this live video up on my Instagram account, because even though I think at the time I had like close to 27,000 subscribers on YouTube, and on Instagram I don't have quite as many, I just have about 12,000, but you know, I thought, let me at least get the word out there because I have very loyal followers and supporters, and I just have to let them know what happened. And I got on there, and I'll tell you, I just poured my heart out. I cried probably on 2 occasions. I was just very raw and emotional, and I shared this with you and then my frustration about how I wasn't able to get in touch with anyone, and I asked for advice. I had a couple of you saying the best way to get a hold of YouTube is to tweet them. It's at Team YouTube on Twitter, and I didn't have a Twitter account, so I went ahead and I'm like, I'm gonna try anything. So I created a Twitter account and I tweeted Team YouTube, letting them know what happened. So they ended up getting back to me. They sent me a form and had me fill out the form. It was basically like, you know, what was the last video that I posted, you know, what was my IP address, you know, all sorts of things, just so they can kind of identify that it is me and they know the right support team to send it to. So I completed that immediately. And I waited, and then on 8/18, which was the next day, I got an email back stating that they were looking into it. Mind you, this whole entire time, I am like absolutely panicked because I didn't know if I was going to get my channel back. More importantly, I didn't know if I was going to get my videos back, especially the ones of my daughter and my family vlogs and all sorts of things, which are so meaningful to me. Okay, so then on 8/18, I got an email that my email account had been disabled. My email account that was connected to my YouTube had been disabled. So not only was my YouTube account disabled, but my email account was disabled too. And I'm like, what is going on? Meanwhile, I didn't know what to do, but thank goodness for Instagram, and thank goodness for I want to give a shout out to my wonderful, amazing follower, Daisha. She reached out to me. She was like, hey, you know, I work for Google. I might be able to help you set up your recovery email. She is an amazing follower, so I actually FaceTimed with her on Instagram, and she took the time, which I am so thankful for, to walk me through the steps of setting up a recovery email. So she had me set up the recovery email, and then she had me set up the 2-factor authentication. And in that 2-factor authentication, I was able to see that it was somebody from Russia who had put in their number. So I immediately removed it and I added in my phone number, and I was just like, oh my gosh, this is just like so scary. So I got that part taken care of, and I was very thankful to Daisha for walking me through it. So that was step 1. Then she's like, okay, reply to this email, let them know that you set up your recovery email, and then wait for them to respond. So I did that immediately. And I was finally able to log into Google, okay, using my recovery email. But then if I tried to log into YouTube, I got a screen that said you're unable to access YouTube because your account is suspended. So I'm like, okay, so now I can log in, but my account is suspended. So I followed up on 8/18, letting them know the situation, just kind of trying to patiently wait for them to respond. And I hear nothing. So then I have another one of my lovely followers, Lex Be Love. She reached out to me. She was like, why don't you go ahead and I have a number for Google. Why don't you call them? So I called them, and when I called, I selected the correct option. I was on hold. They said that there should be about an hour and a half wait. So I'm like, it's okay, I'm going to wait. So I was on hold an hour and 5 minutes. And then a voice got on and said, we're sorry, but it looks like our agents have stepped away and they disconnected me. As you guys can imagine, I was just so overly frustrated at this point. I'm like, my account is gone. I can't get a hold of anybody. I was just like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. So I followed up again with this YouTube email address. So on 8/19, I received an email back from the YouTube email address, basically saying an email was sent and they forwarded it to the internal team because I had sent a bunch of follow-ups. So I'm just waiting. Okay, so now another amazing person I want to thank is Shay Whitney. Shay Whitney, as you know, is a huge YouTuber, and I had reached out to her letting her know my situation, and she got in contact with one of her contacts just to see if my situation was being worked, and she confirmed to me, which gave me peace of mind, that my issue was being worked, and that's all I needed. I just needed someone to get back to me telling me that somebody was working this. I just needed to know that there was a chance, because as you can imagine, in my mind, I was just so overwhelmed thinking that I was never going to get my channel back, never get my videos. Like I thought I was going to have to start from scratch, start my videos all over. And on the positive note, I was thinking, well, at least I'll have quite a few videos to film. So anyway, but thank you to Shay, because she was checking up on me through the process and she was amazing. So I sent another follow-up again, just basically letting them know that, hey, I'm able to log into my email now, but I'm still banned from YouTube. So then on 8/20, mind you guys, I was at the beach at this time. So from Friday through Monday, I was at the beach, so I wanted to spend time with my family, but as you can imagine, my head was just someplace else. I was having such a hard time focusing, but I really wanted to spend time with them. So I tried not to be on my phone too much, just maybe send a follow-up in the morning and then one in the evening so that I could enjoy my time with them, you know, because I didn't want to be on my phone while we were camping at the beach. So then on 8/20, I get an email back from the YouTube partner asking that I update my profile picture and my channel banner. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is such good news. So I was able to log into Google now with my recovery email. I was able to change my profile picture and my channel banner. However, the only problem is if you search for my name, it still showed the person who hacked my channel. So if you actually clicked on that, it would go to my page, and on my actual page, you wouldn't see any videos, but you would see my profile picture and see my channel banner, but just in the search engine, it would have his name. And because of that, it caused me to lose about, I think, 300 to 400 subscribers, which I'm so sorry for, but I am grateful that I got my channel back, because a lot of people were like, well, wait a minute, who is this person? I'm not subscribed to this person, and they clicked unsubscribe. So that was very unfortunate, but it's okay. I'm grateful at this point that I have my channel back. So then I sent another follow-up, and then I think I actually sent 2 more follow-ups, and eventually came back to me on 8/21 letting me know that my channel had been recovered, but they did say that I will have to go through and I will have to change all of my videos from private to public. So thank goodness they were able to salvage my channel, salvage my videos. I had to go one by one, and a lot of them I decided not to make public. There are a lot that are still private, because my channel started out kind of in makeup, and I've kind of gone into more like handbag videos and fashion, that type of thing. So I didn't make all of them public, but they were able to recover like the vlog videos and everything. And I almost started crying. I was so happy. I remember I was sitting at the picnic table with my parents and my husband and my daughter, and we were eating hot dogs my dad had just grilled, and I read the email, and I was just like, oh my God, it was just like so thankful, because this just means like so much to me. And so as of now, like I said, I'm slowly growing my subscribers back. My channel is back up and running, but I really wanted to do this video because I have a lot of fellow YouTubers out there that I want to make sure that you guys protect yourself so this doesn't happen to you, because it is so stressful. And I also know a lot of YouTubers out there who this is their full-time job. And luckily, I have a full-time job, and this is my side gig, so I can't imagine the stress times 10 that this would have put on someone where this is their full-time job. And I just wanted to bring awareness to this and share my experience. So that was my experience. Before I tell you the 5 steps that I learned to protect yourself, the one thing I want to tell you guys is how incredibly grateful I am for you guys. If I can share anything with you, I want to share this. Your support means so much. I feel like we are like friends here. I feel like you guys are all my friends and we just have this great little community, and you were so supportive. The number of people that reached out to me, I mean, I could tear up thinking about it. Everybody is just so sweet and supportive, especially all my fellow YouTubers. You know, Shay was sweet, Cindy was sweet, Erin Nicole was sweet. Like, so many of you reached out to me. Jamie, like, I mean, I could go on and on. Saki, like, I can't, Hannah from Hello Catwalk City, she's another one that I FaceTimed with, and she was just amazing, and she just listened, and I don't want to forget any, but there were so many people that were so supportive. Just know that I am so grateful for each and every one of you. I can't even tell you. So now what I want to do, the main purpose of this video is I really wanted to share with you some tips to make sure you do these 5 things to prevent this from happening to your channel. This is all shared with me from YouTube. Number 1 is a security checkup. What I want you to do is I want you to go into your settings, and if you haven't already, turn on the 2-factor authentication. Please, I beg you, because then that way it'll have a password that you have to sign in, and then there'll be a second form to identify you. Please do that. That's something that I did not have. There might be other cases where this didn't work, but that is just an extra step you can take. So that is the first thing. The second thing I ask you to do is to update the software on your computer. If your software isn't updated properly or with the most up-to-date software, it creates a higher vulnerability for hackers. So that's another thing you want to make sure that on your computer all of these software updates are complete. Number 3, this is an obvious one, but make sure you have a strong password. And I don't mean like Amber123 or 1234 or like your kid's name or anything like that. Make sure it's a really, really strong password that people aren't going to be able to think of you and like easily hack. So that is tip number 3. Number 4, remove any apps or browsers that you don't need. A lot of us will add on like browser extensions and all sorts of things. Go through and look at those and make sure that you delete the ones that you don't absolutely need, because every one that you add on there is just going to create an extra vulnerability. So definitely go to your computer, check on that, go to your settings, look into it, and remove any extensions that you don't absolutely need. And the final thing, one of the most important, aside from the 2-factor authentication, is protect yourself against suspicious text messages, suspicious emails, phishing emails. This is what these people are known for. They are masters of this. They will send you emails that look like it's from Google, that looks like it's from Yahoo, that looks like it's from a sponsorship like My Teresa or something like that. And they know how to look appealing. So I just don't click on any links or download any software from suspicious emails or anything like that. Because if you do click on a link, you could be giving them access to your information, and you want to try to stay far away from that as possible. So I hope these 5 tips helped. Make sure you do that. These 5 tips were actually shared with me by the YouTube partner. Now, one other thing that I'm going to do as well, I am going to put the YouTube partner email down below in my description box. Again, I did tell you that when I went to Twitter is how I got in contact with them, and that's how I ended up getting their email. But I'm going to put it down in the description box because in case any of you have a problem, I want you to be able to have some sort of email to go to, because I was freaking out for the longest time not knowing anyone to go to. And I don't think you should have to jump through hoops of creating a Twitter account and tweeting them and waiting for them to get back to you and finally having them email, and then trying to call but you're on hold. Like, that is unacceptable to me. It really is. Now, I will be honest. Once I did get in contact with somebody, they were pretty good about emailing me back. It only took about a week to salvage my channel, so I am very thankful. The YouTube team did an amazing job, but I just wish there was a better way to get in contact with somebody. So because of that, I am going to put the YouTube email down below. So I hope this video helped. I really want to prevent this from happening to anybody else out there, because you guys, it was a nightmare. I was a nervous wreck. I can't remember the last time I cried like that in a long time, because this is so important to me. You guys are so important to me. You know, like I said, I have my family, my work, and then YouTube. I just love YouTube. It is so special to me, and you know, to think that this was taken away from me was just heartbreaking. So hopefully I helped. If you guys have any questions at all, please feel free to reach out, leave me a comment down below, message me on Instagram. And if you guys are new to my channel, I would love to have you hit that little subscribe button. Thank you guys so much for watching. It is so good to be back. I can't wait to bring you tons of amazing videos, so stay tuned, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you again for your support, and I will see you in my next video. Wish me